What if the Warriors' next key piece is hiding in plain sight? Somewhere no one's thinking to look. What if Golden State's best hope in the upcoming draft isn't among the top 10 names, or even in the top 30? What if that hope lies in pick number 41? Time is running short in San Francisco. With just 8 days until the 2025 NBA Draft, the Warriors find themselves in unfamiliar territory. Quiet and without a first-round pick. That selection belongs to the Miami Heat, the result of the trade that brought Jimmy Butler to the Bay Area. It was a bold, calculated move by a franchise unwilling to accept the end of its golden age. Stephen Curry is still a beacon of excellence, and Butler has brought toughness and experience to the backcourt. Now, the Warriors are operating in a state of quiet urgency. Every roster decision matters. Every contract, every draft pick has to align with the rigid constraints of the new salary cap. That's where pick 41 enters the picture, not just as a secondary option, but potentially a strategic steal. Analyst Jonathan Wasserman from Bleacher Report has pointed out a possible gem, Kobe Brea from the Kentucky Wildcats. And this isn't just a random name tossed into the mix. Brea stands nearly 2 meters tall, 1.98 meters to be precise, and shoots over 42% from beyond the arc. He has attempted more than 700 three-pointers during his college career. That combination of height and long-range consistency is extremely rare. Only a handful of college players have done it, including names like Kyle Korver, Steve Novak, Allen Houston, Sam Hauser, and Jason Capono. These weren't superstars, but they were players who changed the course of games, and sometimes entire seasons. If you followed the Warriors closely, you already know that the smallest details can make the biggest difference. That's why every pick, every decision is worth examining. And in just a few days, the choice at pick 41 could determine whether this draft is a wasted opportunity or the start of a quiet resurgence. Wasserman took his analysis further. He compared Brea to Duncan Robinson of the Miami Heat, a player who went from overlooked to invaluable in the playoffs. Robinson became a key contributor in both the conference finals and the NBA finals. He fit into a system, processed the game quickly, and executed under pressure. Brea's numbers support the comparison. Before transferring to Kentucky for his final college season, he played at Dayton, where he led all of NCAA Division I in three-point shooting with an incredible 49.8%. That percentage is almost surreal. Even with tougher defenses and a larger role at Kentucky, Brea shot 43.5% from deep on nearly 6 attempts per game, while averaging 11.6 points. His consistency under different systems and circumstances is striking. Why does this matter so much for the Warriors? Because with Curry and Butler commanding large portions of the salary cap, Golden State is facing harsh realities under the new CBA. The penalties for exceeding financial limits are severe. That leaves very little room for mistakes. This is why second-round picks are more than just valuable. They're essential. Players like Kobe Brea don't need to be stars. They need to provide the traits the Warriors have always valued: floor spacing, off-ball movement, decision-making, and opportunistic shooting. That's how Golden State built its dynasty. Not only with Curry's brilliance, but with contributions from role players like Leandro Barbosa, Sean Livingston, and Andre Iguodala. They stepped in and kept the system flowing when the starters rested. Now, as the team's veterans begin to age, the franchise must find new quiet contributors. Kobe Brea could be one of them. Picture this. Curry draws the defense with his off-ball movement. Butler attacks the lane, and Brea waits in the corner, wide open, ready to knock down the shot. It's a simple play, but the kind that shifts playoff outcomes. All at a rookie minimum salary, a major advantage in this financially restrictive era. Of course, there's risk involved. Pick 41 doesn't guarantee a rotation spot. History shows that few second-round picks make a real impact. But the Warriors don't need a miracle. They need someone who fits. And if there's one type of player who fits Steve Kerr's system perfectly, it's someone like Brea. He plays off the ball, reads the game well, and shoots efficiently in catch-and-shoot situations. He's not trying to be a star, he's trying to fill a role. With the draft approaching fast, the Warriors must decide. Among all the first-round hype and lottery excitement, maybe the real future lies in a player who knows exactly what he brings. A player who doesn't demand the spotlight, but instead waits in the right place and hits the right shot. What about you? Do you think the Warriors should take a chance on Kobe Brea at pick 41? Or do you believe they should target someone else with a different skill set? Let us know in the comments. This draft might look like the beginning of a quiet rebuild for Golden State, but behind the scenes, something bigger may be brewing. There's growing speculation that could shake the entire NBA. And it centers around one name: Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks superstar is at the heart of swirling rumors. After 3 consecutive first-round exits and failing to return to the conference finals since winning it all in 2021, the Bucks are under intense pressure. Whispers of Giannis considering a departure, while still distant, are becoming louder around the league. Among the potential destinations, one stands out for its audacity and potential impact: the Golden State Warriors. Zach Kram from ESPN recently proposed a massive 14-piece trade, a complex arrangement involving multiple teams that could bring Giannis to the Bay Area. This potential blockbuster would include the Lakers and Mavericks to help facilitate the deal. If it happens, it would shake the foundations of several franchises and shift the NBA's balance of power. For Golden State, this would be a monumental risk. It would be an attempt to pair Giannis, a dominant force with strength, agility, and versatility, with Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. It's a dream scenario for any fan. But it would come with a cost: the team's depth, which they've spent years cultivating. This trade would mean sacrificing key young players and future assets, including the 41st pick, which could be used on Brea. The deal, as proposed, would send Austin Reeves, Brandon Podziemski, and Jonathan Kuminga in a sign-and-trade, along with Trace Jackson-Davis, Maxi Kleber, and several future first-round picks to Milwaukee. The Bucks, in return, would enter full rebuild mode. Meanwhile, the Lakers would receive Draymond Green, Golden State's defensive cornerstone, and Daniel Gafford, an agile rim protector. This frontcourt duo would be designed to complement Luka Doncic in Dallas. In exchange, the Mavericks would give up Austin Reeves, a key backcourt piece, and potentially strengthen their point guard options in the absence of Kyrie Irving. It's a move meant to increase their roster flexibility and deepen their bench. Giannis, at 30 years old, remains a powerhouse. He averages 30.4 points, 11.9 rebounds, 6.5 assists, nearly a steal per game, and 1.2 blocks, all while shooting 60.1% from the field. He's still one of the league's most dominant forces, and his name is arguably the most valuable in any trade conversation. What would this move mean for Golden State? Bringing in Giannis would mean betting everything on a trio of stars and pushing for immediate championship contention. It would sacrifice long-term depth for short-term star power. The pressure to win and to extend Curry's prime would reach an all-time high. For the Bucks, it would be a full reset. They'd be counting on a group of young, promising players and a haul of draft picks to build a competitive roster for the future. For the Lakers, gaining Green and Gafford would strengthen their defensive identity and potentially make them serious contenders again. And for the Mavericks, adjusting their lineup would help them address gaps and better prepare for future postseason runs. What do you think? Should the Warriors go all in and bring Giannis to form a legendary trio with Curry and Butler? Or is the price in depth and youth too steep to pay? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to stay tuned. In the next episode, we'll break down the potential impact of this trade. Who benefits? Who loses? And what it could mean for the league as a whole. The story is just beginning, and the Warriors' journey is far from over. Keep watching, because the game is changing fast.